Hey y'all,
Hello.
it's Kui
It's Mich.
and welcome to The Raw. So we've been gone for a little bit, and these past couple of weeks, and really just months for me since Ahmad, has been kind of crazy for a lot of us. It's been exhausting and draining, and we've just been taking the time to feel, to process, to make ourselves aware of the things that we can do. And so we have a video for you guys today.
So I think we want to start with like these shirts that we're wearing. One of our friends and her brother, Natalie and her brother, designed a shirt, and it says "Silence is violence," which we absolutely believe is true. That not speaking out or not acting on behalf of the issue is also part of the problem. And all the funds that are raised from this shirt are going to the Equal Justice Initiative, 100% of the funds. So we're going to link the process to ordering the shirts.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you feel so compelled, please do get one. But
Yeah.
we more so wanted to come and share resources because like one thing that I've been seeing a lot that I am so in love with this concept that, you know, our community has been bringing to the forefront is that there's a part in this movement, in this revolution for everyone. And for some people that's the front line, for other people that's advocacy in other ways, for some it's writing and educating, for others it's donating. And I think one thing that's like super powerful is the money and where we put our money, how we're utilizing our money in this time especially is going to make more noise than a lot of other things can. And so we wanted to create a video where we could share resources for where we can use our Black dollars and support Black businesses, Black artists, Black creatives, and just circulate the money in our economy.
Yeah, and just to understand the fact that like what we're going through now is not a one incident event that started this. This is a movement, right? Because for a lot of us in our community, we're angry, we're tired of being criminalized, brutalized, being made to be dehumanized. And so for a lot of us, this isn't just like we're marching for one person. Yes, like we're angry about George Floyd, but we've been angry and we've been put up with so much from Emmett Till to now, right? And so for us, it's about how can we continue to make this a movement and not a moment. And so let's kick it off with what we can do.
Yep, so we have a few things here. Again, like I was saying, there is a space for everyone in this movement, but absolutely critical is voting. So some of the primaries that are coming up, June 23rd, New York, Kentucky, and Virginia. June 30th, Colorado, Utah, and Oklahoma. And of course, November 3rd is election day. So please make sure that, you know, your ducks in a row and you're ready to vote. And if your primaries are coming up, please be sure to go out. I actually saw some news yesterday that this Georgia's turnout in the primaries was the largest number in history ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we want to just change the narrative that like your one vote doesn't make a difference. I know that a lot of people, they're like, this government and this system is all messed up down to like the institution, and so my vote doesn't count, my vote doesn't matter. But it starts from like the local grassroots and then it goes up into the systems. And so making sure that you're going out to vote for like your local, like your state, your senate and stuff like that, that translates into the government and the president as a whole. And so get out there and vote, and definitely November 3rd, election day. Like we know that there's a lot of voter suppression going on, and like they will do what they can to stop you, but like the fight continues and it goes all the way down to voting. And so make sure that whatever you have to do, get out there and vote and encourage your friends to vote. Make sure that you're asking people, are they registered to vote, voter education, and do your duty, do your civil duty. Then there's also a couple petitions to sign. People see what we're doing and people see what we're galvanizing and mobilizing around. Some petitions to sign is Breonna Taylor's petition, Ahmaud Arbery, Julius Jones, LGBTQ rights to healthcare. President Trump is trying to revoke their rights and access to healthcare right now, and so that's very important. David McAdie, Cameron Green, Oluwatoyin Salu, and Willie Simmons. And there are a lot of more petitions being circulated, and so it's just a matter of you know, being aware and educated, you can search Google petitions to sign and just be a part of the change. And so,
and there's even like smaller, like I know UNC, we have one going around to change the name of some buildings that are named after.
That.
Yeah, so that petition is going around also to look for things that are more, I guess, local and directly pertinent to you if you feel so. Some other things, donation funds, Freedom March NYC.
Oh, let me just go ahead and shout out Freedom March NYC. So this is an organization or movement created by one of my best friends, Chelsea Miller, and they have been organizing protests daily, nonviolent protests, right? And so being able to mobilize the communities to come together, and their funds are going towards supporting the people on ground, on the front lines, and so that's just a very important one for me.
The Black Vision Collective, Campaign Zero, Communities United Against Police Brutality, No New Jails NYC, Know Your Rights, and Black Lives Matter, Mutual Aid, and jail funds. There's so many. We're going to put them in the description so that you can have access to them. But again, always just like researching and seeing other local things.
And understanding where your dollars are going towards. And then also just like company matching programs. And so there have been companies that have come out saying that whatever you donate, they'll either match or double the amount. And so Google is a company who's doing a one-to-one matching program. So whatever you donate, they'll match that same donation. And then Netflix does double. So if you donate $2,000, they'll donate $4,000. And so just making sure that you get the most of your buck and it goes the longest that it can. So looking out for company matching programs, and that's just a matter of finding somebody or connecting with somebody who works at that company.
So other different ways that we're talking about how we're making our money work and circulating our funds in our community. Some Black businesses, we're gonna highlight them, just a few. So for fashion, ooh,
Hanifa.
I was just talking about Hanifa because they, First of all, you know, Congolese founder. Okay, and that virtual digital fashion show, just revolutionary. It's just the Black way, finding a way to do different
definitely.
things.
I'd also highlight Petronella Luxe, which is a luxury brand. CC's Closet NYC, they do African print head wraps, and they're coming out with different like African print design.
Okay, moving on to handbags. Dang, LVs in my hair, that is unfortunate.
Handbags, one of the popular handbags that is Black owned is Telfar Global. They are luxury and definitely like focus if you want to put your money into Black businesses. I would shout them out.
Okay, we can go on to makeup.
Okay.
Fenty Beauty Bar. I love Fenty. I'm wearing like 3 different Fenty products right now. Ooh, the lip is currently having a sale right now, and they're also like I've never tried them. Yeah, the lip bar. Okay. I've never tried them, but I've heard really, really good things about the lip bar.
Okay, going on to skincare, I have personally used Mary Louise Cosmetics, and it is a Black owned handmade skincare line, and so they're really good, especially for their serums. I definitely 100% recommend.
Okay, going on to hair, TPH by Taraji P. I have their conditioner and shampoo. I really, really like it. Curls, oh my gosh, the Curls Edge Control, like, stand by that. Super solid.
Taliah Waajid, I use Taliah Waajid as well. She's actually Atlanta based, and so shout out to her. And then Miel Organics, I just got a nice little shipment from them as well. So yeah, did yours?
It did.
I hate that.
It's fine. I'm gonna go check the mailbox
It
right
took a little bit to come, but
yeah,
you know.
I actually saw a tweet, right? It was like, y'all keep complaining about how expensive Black businesses are. Black businesses aren't expensive. You're just not used to products that aren't made by
fast fashion and fast. Yeah. I also think that's true to an extent, to a degree.
To a degree, okay.
So sometimes they be taxing like OD, but for the most part, like fast fashion, when you're taking the time to like pay the designers and all that other stuff, you gotta leave a little margin so that you can make some profit. Okay, so in terms of art and design, definitely going to shout out Osaze Akil. He is somebody, and he's somebody who really makes thought-provoking art that records the time and period that we're in. And so I definitely respect him as an artist, and just like go check him out.
Yeah, and I would also say Jordan Vision. I think like technically he's classified as a photographer, but Jordan is truly a visionary, a creative, an artist, and he just has this innate capability to like capture the moment and just tell a narrative through all his photography. It's really absolutely beautiful. We're gonna tag him. So definitely, he's also Atlanta based, but look up his work, share his work. He's amazing.
Yeah, and since we only have a couple, then I want to go through the other artists. Tayo is an amazing artist and photographer. Kofi Motivation, digital creator, and then Uzo Art, which is just, she has amazing art as well.
Okay.
And then just a couple other like random Black-owned things that you can get into and support. So like a couple candles, you know, I love my scents and aromas. So Kanya Candles, she is a Ghanaian Black-owned business owner, and her candles are amazing. Maktub Studio, Alexandra Winbush, those are candles. And then the Honey Pot Co., that's just feminine care, and it's just like very organic, very top tier.
And then moving on to restaurants, I ride or die for Ike's Cafe and Grill.
Literally, she does.
I if they ever watch this, like
sponsor us,
Ike's. Okay. Like
let's host something at Ike's.
I love Ike's. It's very solid. I feel like all Golden Krust, right?
Yeah, Golden Krust. Yeah, for sure.
We don't have it.
We don't have it. What you want? We don't have it. Yeah, and just go ahead and look into, we have a couple on the list, and we'll put them in the description as we said, but just look into your areas, you know, like keep your Black dollars within the Black community and do the work that we need to do in order to support one another.
I'm gonna say like, we say all this to say, like Kui said at the very beginning, that like this is not a moment, it's a movement, and I think it's really important that everyone finds like however it is that they want to contribute to this movement, and then do so diligently, because we have seen significant change since we've started to like actively, like as a community and with our allies, like demand change, demand action, like have these conversations that have been had in lukewarm fashion for so long. And I guess we want to wrap up with talking about some of the changes that have been made since protests have begun. And just personally, I just like to encourage everyone to just, I know it sounds cliche, but like continue the good fight. One of my friends, I can't know what quote I'm about to say, but he wrote this article and he said something that really like stuck out to me. And I've been saying it since I read Toby's article, but he says like guard the man in front of you. Like our duty is like in whatever you're doing and however you're choosing to mobilize, like taking care of what's directly in front of you goes a long way. And it might seem like just one man or just one conversation or just one donation, but if each of us is guarding what's directly in front of us, then this is the type of impact that we're going to make.
And just to piggyback off that really quick, I want us to all understand that like this is not a 3-month journey, this is not a 6-month journey, this is a lifestyle change that we're pushing for. And so just never get tired of the fight. Like there will be times when you're exhausted, there will be times when you're emotional. Take the time to feel that, but like we always have to bounce back and continue the fight, because we're asking for change and for people to view us for our worth. So we just need to keep on pushing and keep on fighting. So just to kick off the things, then just to add a little bit of light and positivity to the conversation, the 4 officers who were involved in George Floyd's death have been fired and charged.
Okay, Minneapolis City Council announced a commitment to disband Minneapolis Police Department. Also, Minneapolis Police Public Schools, Parks, and Recreation Board cut ties with the police department.
And this has like caused a chain of events, and so also other schools, universities, other boards, companies are ending their contracts with the police, and that kind of goes into the conversation of what it looks like to defund the police. And so that's been a major thing. NYC Mayor de Blasio pledged to cut and reallocate funds from the NYPD.
And Los Angeles Mayor Garcetti announced plans to reallocate $250 million from LAPD to youth jobs, health insurance, health initiatives, and peace centers.
Let's get down to Confederate/racist statues are being taken down nationwide from Atlanta, Philly, Virginia, Indianapolis, and more, and abroad. And so we're even seeing this happen in the UK as well.
Yeah. Those are just kind of like is there anything else?
Oh, one major important thing. So there's been a move to end Qualified Immunity Act, which protects law enforcement from being held personally responsible for violating the rights of citizens. And so what that means now is that like police officers, law enforcement individuals alike can be sued for their actions. Like right now they're being protected by the Qualified Immunity Act. And so that's a major push, and that means that we can start to see change quicker and more justified.
I love to see it.
We all love to see it. And so we just wanted to talk about sustainable solutions moving forward, right? Protests are happening, and you can definitely be a part of the movement of the march, but outside of protests, like Mich said, there's definitely a role to play in donations and making sure that we're starting conversations and educating people and staying aware. And so
yeah, as always, guard the man in front of you. And thank you for joining us on The Raw. Later.